Y'all, this cat is totally in the shot. Wolfen, Wolfen, honey, move. You got to move. Say hello to the people. Okay, get your fat booty on. Get your fat booty on. No, don't come back here. Don't come back here. Cats always wanting to lay on things. Hello everyone, I hope you can see me. Let me flip this around so I can actually see what I'm doing. Ha, there we go. All right, so I wanted to share with you this really cool Zen doodling type of art that I'm calling anxiety maps. Some people call them mind maps as well, but for me, it totally helps with anxiety and I absolutely love them and they're super easy to do. And it's such a cool thing because it actually proves that art really will calm you down and can reset yourself to center. So I'm gonna show you an example. This is an anxiety map that my friend Alan Boger did. And as you'll see, there's like all these different designs and then there's this big leaf in the middle. So basically with anxiety maps, you start small and then when you start to calm down, your subject matter gets bigger. So it's really cool. It's like visible proof that this works. And I'm gonna show you another example. This is one that I did. And I did this at a family gathering around the holiday times, which is why it's holiday themed. But as you can see, like this is where I was anxious. And then as I calmed down, my graphics got bigger. So that's an example. Here's another one I haven't colored in yet. This one's super cool. It's like this pirate ship on the water. All the anxiety is up here. And when I calm down, my graphics again got bigger, right? So it's super cool because you can literally see the moment where you calmed down by doing this. Anything repetitive, like Zen doodling, crocheting, anything like that will really help you calm down and focus and center and breathe. And I absolutely love these. They're so cool. I've got another example I'm gonna show you. And this is a cool way that you can incorporate poetry with the anxiety maps. So again, here's the anxiety, calm down, here's the bigger graphic, and then the words in the center. So it's really awesome. And I'm gonna show you how to get started. You'll notice that I use a lot of the same symbols and icons. So a lot of things I use are diamonds, lightning bolts, and I really love these little squigglies right here. So I'm going to show you a few samples of, let me get my Sharpies here, of symbols that you can use if you're not really sure what symbols to use or where to start. So let me see here. Let me get something, a dark Sharpie. And I always usually use a Sharpie because it just stands out. Just be careful of it bleeding. If you're doing really tiny shapes, you want to do, you want to start with like a pen or a fine tip Sharpie. All right, so some of the symbols that you'll see a lot in anxiety maps are triangles. All right, super basic. Your basic shapes: circles, squares, rectangles. You can do diamonds. You can do this type of diamond. And then if you want, you can go in and actually do some detail in it. Like that. And the same with the circles. You can overlap these things, y'all. So you can do like a triangle within a triangle, circles within a circle. Sometimes I'll even do squares on top of squares, right? Some other things are these things that we've named like these tentacles, these little crawling things. So you can do those. And they basically go like that. You can also do bricks. And how you do bricks is you just do rectangles beside each other and then you go down in between where that line is to do the next row. And then you just keep going in between. Right? So you can do bricks. You can also do lightning bolts. I love lightning bolts. That's like my signature because it's part of my brand. You can do lightning bolts. You can also do crescent moons. And these are really cool if you want to like make them go out like they're vibrating. It's really neat. You can do arrows. I have a lot of arrows in my anxiety maps as well. You can do arrows. And then you can do these little organisms, which are basically kind of like a free flow shape. And then you can do flowers, little pointed flowers. And then you can even incorporate circles into the flowers. And you can also do drips. There's a lot of drips in my stuff too. You can do drips. Jagged lines. And you can also do little curls, which are a lot like the tentacles, except they're just by themselves. So there's a bunch of different types of symbols that you can use, and these are a great way to start if you're not sure where to start. So now that you've got your symbols underway, you might be asking, well, where do I start on the page? How do I start this, right? So there's two different ways you can do this. One is you can pick a spot on the page and then begin with your symbols there, and then just go outward, building lines off of each other. So you're connecting shapes to each other and filling in the space. Like that. And then you just go outward from there. Or the second way to do this is to take a spot on a side of the paper, do a line, and it doesn't have to be a straight line, it could be a swirly line like this, and then you'll build off of that line. So I'm going to do a circle in this little loop-de-loop, and then I'm going to do circles around it. And I might do a line here, make this into a leaf, and then a crescent shape circling it with some circles at the top. So you can just build off of that line that you created and spread it out. And remember, once you get to the point where you can feel your chest relieve the tension and you can feel your breathing return to normal and you're making big full breaths, you can make your subject matter bigger. And what I like to do is find like a theme, like I did with the boat or like I did with the Christmas one, and make that my larger shape. So if I have a leaf here, maybe by the time I'm done, I decide that I want this whole thing to be filled up with leaves, right? So if I've gotten to the point where I'm calm, to fill up the empty space, I would do really big leaves. And then I might even go in and do like some shapes in the leaves as well. Like that. Just to fill it in. You could do that. So anxiety maps are awesome. They're a great way to calm down, and the cool thing about this too is you can color it in afterwards, so it's almost like making your own coloring book. And it's super easy, it's super fun, and don't overthink it. Just let your hand naturally guide you. Don't overthink it. You can practice with patterns and practice with shapes, so that way the more you get familiar with shapes and patterns, the faster you can go with this. And I promise you, it will help you calm down. It has completely changed my life. I love teaching this style to other artists, and especially teens and people who have undergone past trauma or might have PTSD. This is an awesome way to focus when you're internally freaking out. So please use this tool. I promise you it will help. I promise. And it's fun. All right, my lovely friends, I hope you will do this at home and fill up your page. I would love to see your art, so please post it. Please share it with the world, and of course, that always stimulates creativity when you share your work. I'm gonna work on this and see what I come up with.